And now Thursday. And of course with me is still, because he won't leave.
Well, I'm CPC Gamer, the resident English person.
Yes. Are you sure you want to be called English and not British?
Do you know, I've had some foreign friends legitimately ask me about that, and I'm not too fussy either way.
Ooh. We have a free spirit with us.
Oh, I do try.
Right, and... Oop. What have we today? Ooh, top secret. Oh dear.
That looks like a pretty bad start to the day.
Yes. And... well, this looks even more ominous.
So that means we can just go home. Enjoy your 1-minute video, everyone.
Alright, and... well, I guess we'll just stay here sharpening pencils or something.
I have to say, I'm surprised that the figures don't vary as wildly as they do in Floor 13.
Well, this is just a week.
True.
Oh dear.
Oh yes, this is back when the USSR was still there.
Yes.
I forget if I've mentioned it to you, but I used to have a child's jigsaw puzzle with 2 Germanys, just to date it.
Lovely.
Anyhow, Sir Humphrey and I are in conference about the Russian situation. Could you join us?
Are you sure it's a Russian situation or a Soviet situation? Yes, I guess this means Sir Humphrey's office. Okay, or is it... no, wait. Conferring. To the conference room. I only now noticed that the first location can change around.
It would make sense, given we've a variety of places to go. But you will have seen this morning's Foreign Office memo, Prime Minister. And gloomy reading it makes too. Why oh why do our spies in Russia keep getting caught?
Well, maybe it wouldn't keep getting caught if you trained them better.
Well, it's a jolly dangerous job, after all. And perhaps there are Reds under the beds. Or in the closet.
I'll not comment about the potential presence or absence of Reds in my bed.
You're thinking of skeletons and cupboards. I'm sorry, Prime Minister, we don't mean to rattle you.
No, wait, I think skeletons in the closet is right. I've never heard of skeletons in cupboards.
Me neither. Skeletons in the closet is right. Sorry.
I propose 2 possible causes. Oh. I'm not sure what good a full investigation would do, but this sounds like the better option. Maybe we can just accuse Russians of that in public and cut a deal with them in private.
That sounds like a plan. I'm sure it will all go well.
Yes.
A dreadful day. Another spy scandal to sort out. As perennial a feature of British establishment's calendar as the Saturday of the Lord's test. The chap was caught red-handed, but the PM was all for a counter-offensive. I humbly offered my usual incisive observations.
Now, what is Saturday of the Lord's test?
I would presume something to do with the cricket calendar.
Fair enough.
But I'm not 100%. I could be wrong on that. Do they know he's a spy?
I don't think that has been established. I mean, they caught him. Caught him
red-handed.
Well, I'm not sure if it was red-handed, but they did, take him into custody and accuse him for being a spy, and he really is a spy. But do they know that he really is a spy? I'm not sure about that. Well, I would say, let's not admit he is a spy, at least at this point.
Would it indeed? It might simply impale us even further.
Oh, come now, Bernard. That rather depends. For instance, it would be much better if we... like I said, accuse them publicly of harassing an innocent citizen, and then do something else in private.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd keep it all in the back rooms, sort of a thing.
Good grief.
An international incident.
No, that's not what I was thinking of, Bernard. That sounds daunting, but the main thing is...
Number 2 sounds like the most tactful option.
Yes. Let's not escalate things unwarranted.
Exactly. If they turn nasty, they must expect us to turn nasty too. And the idea does have a certain Machiavellian simplicity. Machiavellian simplicity is an oxymoron, Bernard.
Not necessarily. Oxymoron? I know what that is. Personally, Carl likes stupidity. We know what this is, don't we?
It's the first one.
Right.
Military intelligence.
Friendly fire. Well, let's settle for Machiavellian neatness. Its great advantage is that it would... I would say number 2.
Number 1 would play into what we discussed yesterday.
Yes. Well, let's try number 1.
Yeah, let's try number 1.
Well, number 2, you'll never know what they are going to do in the future. As it says, a week is a lifetime in politics. Oh, that's also a good point.
I thought they were on our side already, Prime Minister.
Well... What?
Do you think they've missed a not somewhere in number 2?
Maybe. Okay, I'm
Oh, it's going to be some science going on.
Yes, I want to. Let's see. Is it? Yeah. But let's see where this goes.
So what you propose is that we accuse the Russians of lying and expect the Americans to believe that we are telling the truth, when in fact we are lying and it is the Russians who are telling the truth. Is that a fair summary? Actually, yes it is.
Yes, let's say so. Certainly, yeah.
It certainly is.
You might even say it's courageous.
Obviously, it's a high-risk strategy. Oh, here's the chance to say it's courageous. It's more than that. It's... In character, I think number 2 would work.
Yeah, now I'm just curious. I want to see where this is going.
Quite. Why up the ante when both sides, Russian and American, know you've no cards worth playing?
Oh, come now, Humphrey. At least we have nukes. I think.
I'm pretty sure we had Trident at this point.
Excellent. Well, that's a good question.
So the Americans know he's a spy? Certainly. If they don't, then I'm M and you're James Bond. So, Prime Minister, I think our ideas need a little bit of work. Although an accusation may do the trick. Let Bernard and myself work out the details.
Okay, let's try the other path.
So they'll back us to the hilt in this episode. Of course.
Insert in bison clip.
So this seems to have dropped into the same tack that it was on before.
Yes. Let's see, what happens if we say no?
What's unfair about it? That is your stated position. So we did a little better with that run. That was 55 versus 54.
Let's see. Say if I choose this.
The Americans weren't born yesterday. They know perfectly well what's going on and would resent being bounced into a position where they'd have to support us.
And that's the same. What about... well, once we are already on this path, let's just...
It's interesting to see it play out, like with the ability to do this.
Yes. Ooh!
That was definitely the right thing to have done.
Yes. Okay, let's see what's... Well, that meeting took a fair bit of time.
Yeah.
And I expect
Very dicey issue.
I expect we are going to get ringed again soon. Right.
And so it was. Sorry to interrupt, Prime Minister. It's the red box again. The police have gone through the restaurant with a fine comb, and there's no sign of it. So I suggest...
I don't think that's how the red boxes work.
No. So I think it may have to be number 1 then. Fair enough.
Well, still we are on the positive side.
We're doing well. So Humphrey has asked me to see if you'd like to pop round for a quick sherry. You might care to look at the suggestions box before you come.
Certainly. Oh, I think this might be the suggestions box.
The implication being that Bernard put that there, since he knew about it.
So, which...
Good of you to fit us in after a long day, Prime Minister. It seems, however, that yet another decision is at hand, which may have most serious consequences.
Oh my.
They are all very valid options.
But I would say number 3, it seems like the most harmless one.
Yeah.
Quite as long as it's as innocuous as possible.
Consequences beyond counting. Mindful of the dignity of my office as custodian of the cabinet, indeed in the sense of the Constitution itself, it is my solemn duty to inform you, Prime Minister, that you have been asked to appear on either Blue Peter or Desert Island Discs.
I only know of Blue Peter.
It could be a vote winner, Prime Minister. Which will we accept?
Do you have any idea what Desert Island Discs is?
Yes. Well, for the first option, Blue Peter is... Well, you explain if you're familiar with it.
I know very vaguely. It's some kind of children's show.
Kind of, yeah. It's a show aimed at older children, like 8 to 13, and it's current affairs, a bit of politics, how to do certain crafts, that sort of thing. And Desert Island Discs is a radio show, the idea being you've been stranded on a desert island, what 5 records will you keep?
I think Blue Peter sounds better. I mean, for one, it's television, and secondly, hey, it's aimed at children, so it's bound to turn out relatively harmless and inoffensive.
Yeah. In journalism terms, it would probably be a fluff piece. Let's go with Blue Peter, then.
Yes.
But 10-year-olds don't have the vote, Prime Minister.
No, but their parents do. Right.
Nonsense, Bernard.
You tell him. What can Humphrey possibly mean? I would... Well, in a way, number 1 makes sense, sort of.
Yeah. That...
First I've heard of it. Maybe he's simply thinking of the House of Commons.
In the nature of things, Bernard, publicity is exponential and self-sustaining. So that...
An appearance on Blue Peter probably also means a mention on the news and in the press.
Probably that one.
And the kiddies can tell their parents how much they like that friendly hacker chap on the telly.
Indeed. What I believe is called a series of photo opportunities.
Yes.
So the fact the program is designed for 10-year-olds is irrelevant?
Of course, Bernard. Just because it is for 10-year-olds doesn't mean 10-year-olds are the only ones watching it. Yes, no, don't know.
Yes,
Yes.
it's irrelevant.
Oh.
Prime Minister, it's the most relevant fact of all. It may be watched by all, but it's designed for children. Thus, you could either look remarkably out of place or unnatural. It's up to you. The point is obviously best demonstrated by examples.
Very well then, it shows that I am...
In the context of the show, probably number 2.
Oh. Sure.
Blue Peter has a series of pets. Shep the dog being the most famous one.
Sure, let's go with that. I'm relying on your expertise, don't fail me now.
I'm not entirely sure, Prime Minister, that your position in the opinion polls will dramatically rise because of your ability to stroke a cat.
But everyone likes animals, at least most people do.
These advantages may not be so great after all. But look on the bright side, Prime Minister. You can show your support for...
The Boy Scouts or biodegradable and non-biodegradable products. It's a win-win.
Again, both of those fit the context of Blue Peter as a show.
I say number 2.
Let's go for the environment.
Has Humphrey's mind finally snapped? I have no idea.
Looking on the bright side is all very well, but how high are the risks of being made to look foolish? At least moderately high.
So let's go, say, about a third towards the high.
Yes. One shudders to think what Private Eye would do with a photograph of a Prime Minister and a dog with a raised hind leg.
Yeah, this has turned into a surprisingly messy situation for a fluff piece.
Yeah. If that's the case, Prime Minister, perhaps tomorrow the desert island may seem the more attractive after all.
Could be. I imagine that...
Didn't do so well.
Yes.
And I was brought on to help everybody.
Yes.
I'm doing a good job.
Now what?
Sorry?
But it said my schedule is clear. Oh,
Well, presumably now it isn't.
Oh, or maybe it was just that those invitations came in this afternoon.
Yes,
yeah.
I think the second post would still be a thing at this time of when this game was written. So where shall we go?
Football hooliganism. Are there a lot of people of Polish ancestry in Britain?
Ancestry, no. we have a lot of Polish families have emigrated to England, but that's more of a modern situation, and I don't know how much it would play into this game.
All about football hooliganism. But
that seems like it's very hard to go wrong.
But then again, it might somewhat alienate fans of football. It is by British.
Let's go with that one.
Okay. I was thinking the same.
I see fewer ways where that one will go wrong. A good idea, Prime Minister. Patriotism without a political or military price to pay. You can hardly go wrong.
Excellent. That raised it 1%. Can we be done with this day already? Probably not. Oh, we are.
Excellent.
Hooray. Well, that was a mess, but we came out slightly ahead.
Yes, Prime Minister.